Students, today is the continuation of the series Simplifying Sociological Thinkers. I pick up new thinkers, Talcott Parsons, and his theory, most renowned one, AGIL framework. This is for sociology optional paper and to understand the society as well. All this is by Priyanka by Academy IS. So let's see and try to understand what is this agile model and what is the purpose of it. The main things that Talcott persons try to provide through his theories, that is functional prerequisite of society. So as per the definitions, what Talcott persons say, every society must perform four essential functions to survive, maintain stability, and ensure continuity. These are called the functional prerequisites of a social systems. These are necessary for proper and better functions of a society. And these four functions and prerequisites collectively called agile model. And yes, to understand this theory, I will strongly suggest please do go through Max Weber's, no, not just Max Weber's, Karl Marx class conflict and Emil's Durkheim's division of labor, because these theories are somewhere related, whereas Karl Marx tried to look at the conflict part of the society, where we'll bring the comparisons between Talcott person and Karl Marx. And in another thing, that is Emil's Durkheim's division of labor, which tries to focus on the social function and the solidarities like Talcott person is doing here. So that will be some kind of similarity. So to understand it, go through those thinkers and their theories. The core idea is no society can survive unless it successfully performs these four basic functions. Yes, keywords is functionalism, social order, stability, equilibriums, and functional prerequisites. These keywords need to write in the answer writing. Okay. So why did Parsons develop this agile system? Because Parsons wanted to answer simple questions. Every sociological thinkers try to answer some questions that is related to the society. Why does not society collapse despite differences, conflicts, and rapid social changes? Karl Marx focus on the conflict parts, and we will see some kind of differences is there, rapid social changes is there due to the modernizations and some kind of globalizations despite differences in caste, culture, religions. So what is there that make this society integrated? He argued that society survives because different institutions continuously perform specific functions that maintain social order, cooperations, and integrations. We'll better look at this, how it happens. Okay. So when the different institutions such as families, educations, religions, governments, laws continuously perform specific functions, each institution have their own functions. And once this institution perform their functions, that maintain orders, cooperations, and integrations. we'll see this how it happens. Okay, example, just as the organs, actually these agile models, where say Talcott Parsons, this agile model is somewhat related, or he make the similarities like the organs of the human bodies. Just like humans body perform different functions to keep the body alive, institutions like the family, economy, educations, and government work together to keep society functioning. Such as society is equal to human bodies, and institutions in the society is equal to the various organs of the human's bodies. So this is as much simple. So this is a society. This is some kind of diagram that we can use in the answer writing. Society, it's called society to adapt it. We'll see what is adaptations. An example, goal. Society have some goals. Some then it has integrations and latency. That is patterns maintenance. So what is adaptations? First things. Okay, adaptations refers to the ability of a society to adjust to its physical and social environment while efficiently managing resources. Here we'll see in that adaptations, it's basically and mainly related to the economy. The economy plays the central roles in helping society adapt by producing goods, creating employment, responding to changing needs. Examples, a farmer's switching from traditional crops to climate resilient farms. So what is happening? Farmers do face or crop failures, loss in their farmings because of the challenges that's coming in his um, farming activities, such as pest attacks, drought, this kind of challenges the farmers face. So the traditional farmers what do? He changes his that farmer changes his style of farming, pattern of farmings from traditional to climate resilient farmings. In the climate resilient farmings, we will see that seeds are different, some kind of precise and agriculture is going on, technology is using. So they will see different things from traditionals to climate resilience. So if farmers is adapting to those changes in this farmings to adapt or to face those challenges coming from the climate changes. So this is some kind of examples, very good examples, current examples. And another current example is India's adaptations of renewables energy, electrical vehicles, this kind of electrical vehicles. If we just look at this examples, renewables energy and electric vehicles is all about to combat the challenges of global warming. To reduce the emission of greenhouse gases, CO2, carbon dioxide, and to make a better environment, the government is adapting these new changes in the economy. And this is what called adaptations. So if farmers as an individual is adapting some changes in their economic activities, and a government at a bigger level, larger levels, adapting some changes at a larger levels. And all this is happening on the economic level. Okay. So adaptations refers to the ability of a society to adjust to its physical and social environment while efficiently managing resources. Here, both of these things, we can see they are efficiently managing their resources so that the society can survive. See, if farmers do just keep on facing losses due to the climate change, the farmers may not survive. And it is not just a one farmer, it is a large group of farmers, and our food security is depend on these things. So when a farmer, or not just a farmer, group of farmers to adapt to these changes, their income source, income is secured, and also our food security also secured. That is very much related to the society. Goal attainment. Every society have some goals. Every society must identify collective goals. Society is all about collectiveness. Collective goals, mobilizing resources to achieve them. If it is, whether it is individual or societal, they must have some resources and they have to mobilize resources to achieve them. So in terms of goal attainment, from society perspective, the political system performs this function by making policies, allocating resources, and providing leaderships. See, in this democratic world, as we can take the example of India, where a government is running the country, and the government is made up of some MPs, MLAs, the ministries, stewards who are representative of us. So what they do to achieve the goals, they make some policies, they have some missions, and then they allocate resources, such as resources all about it can be monies, technologies, managed powers, providing leaderships. There will be some leaders who will lead them, so whether it is it can be some MLAs or some kind of officers who will lead the projects. And it is the policymakers who will make the policies for the government, also or some make the recommendations in changes of the policies. So keywords is government, planning, leadership, and policy. I have very well explained these keywords. Whether you are new or old in these preparations, just you will have a very good understanding of it, as it is related to the India's polity and governance as well. So example is Digital India's missions, Swachh Bharat Abhiyans, PM's Goti Shakti, Chandrayaan missions. Now let's take the example of Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. It's all about to make the clean and it's better environment for our country, so that we as citizens feels good, and also the foreigners can come and visit to our country. So they make these obhiyans, these missions, and a group of policymakers and think tanks. They make the frameworks and other things, and the resources will come, and then leadership will happen. So in this way, we will achieve or try to achieve our goal in the society. So much more cleaner environment is happening is on terms of goals of the government, and government is a part of society. So this is the goal attainment part. The current affairs application, India's push towards becoming a global semiconductors manufacturing hub reflects national's goal attainment. So if you are reading, so go through the newspaper, we'll see how and what is the emphasis of our nations to become a global semiconductor manufacturing hub. so that we become less dependent on other countries and our economy to grow. Okay. Then another is, just a minute. And then another's, we have covered A, G, and next is I, integrations. What is integrations? Integrations refers to maintaining harmony into integrate, right? Among different groups. Society is combined of different groups. It can be age groups, it can be on the economic levels, there are different groups is there, and institutions, different institutions is there, as you have find families, educations, religions. By regulating relationships and resolving conflicts, if there is difference, there will be obviously some conflicts. And integration is all about resolving the conflicts. And by regulating the relationship, where there will be some kind of specifics, what's the norms, um, and social sets, that will make the relationship some kind of regulations. It will see some kind of regulations by the society, such as a relationship between teacher and the students. There is some kind of invisible regulations is there in this relationship. So basically, then who or which institutions do act as a resolvers of this conflict and to bring integrations in the society? These institutions such as constitutions, judiciaries, law, religion, and civil society perform this function. So we will see how it happened. See, when we will find any conflict in the newspapers between chief minister and the governor of a state. So how it can be resolved? It is I will see that see the dispute between the CM's powers and governor's power, who have much more power in lawmaking or imposing laws or making these decisions, doing these things or not. So how it can be resolved? Who will say that who have this power and who have this not power? This is already written and given in the constitutions. And if something is not given, then they will go to the Supreme Court, judiciary. They will make a better interpretations, make a group of judges to resolve these problems. So in this way, these bodies act as a resolving conflicts and bring integrations in the society. This is the keywords: harmony, cooperation, social controls, and unity. So let's understand which is simple examples that is from every day. That is, traffic rules helps millions of people travel safely despite individuals' differences. Yes. See, when we cross the traffic lines or goes through the traffic signals, we'll see a lot of, just imagine, just visualize a different groups of people are there, from children's to women's, old age, youngs, and different gender is there. And different vehicles is there, just as different vehicles is there. But what about this? There is some kind of traffic rules is there, signals is there, greens, yellow, red, and pavement path is there. In some kind zebra crossings there as well. The cars and vehicles have to stop, and the passenger will passes also by theirs. And so all these setups is visualized and regulating by the traffic board. So traffic board is a part of a society. So society is making this regulation, and if someone's break the traffics, they have to pay the fines. If someone don't wear the helmets, they have to pay the fines. So some regulations is theirs. This is a kind of example of regulations. And the good and better example that we can write in our answer writings, that is have to connect with the syllabus, that is election commission ensure peaceful democratic competitions. See, in the elections, what there will be reservations for scheduled castes, reservation for women, and there are some minor political parties who don't have that much power. So, and there will be some kind of influential parties who have much more money power. But there will be some kind of regulations by the election commission will ensure that everyone can get equal chance, so that the good and better ones do make the win in the elections. So all this is integration, and this is the latency, the last one of agile. Okay. So latency, what? Latency refers to preserving and transmitting the values, the beliefs, and motivations that sustain society over time. Once we have the good things, we will always try to transfer it to the next one, so that it continuously flow, and make the good things flow. So latency refers to preserve. You have to preserve it, transmit the values, beliefs, and motivations that sustain society over time. I hope it's clear. So example, family, education, religions, media helps individuals internalize social norms, cultural values. Let's see how it happened. Examples, parents teaching honesty and respect to their children, and it is what is happening. It is transmissions. Transmissions of those values and beliefs that the parents have got through in their ages, from the society, from the education systems, from their families, from this work culture, from the knowledge that have gained, and they are teaching them to their children, so that it transmitted to their children and to the society as well. Schools promoting constitutional values, so that our the cultures of respecting our constitutions, national anthems, national song, national flags, our nationalisms, these dues remains and keep on continuing and flowing in our society, and the vibrations of nationalisms and the respect of our constitutions just keep on also going. Festivals celebrating, strengthening collective identities. Each religions have their own festivals, and they celebrated it with very open-minded, and these festivals make them keep connected. Connected, and through festivals they have celebrating some values as well, such as cooperations, getting together, these things. A current example, digital learning platforms now play and is increasing roles in transmitting knowledge and civics values. This nowadays in a digital world, digital learnings platforms are also playing some roles. Some creators, some influencers, some educators transmitting their knowledge so that it's transferred to the next generations, to the new ones who need them. So this is again one flow chart of agiles that we covered it very well. Economies is adaptation is all about economies. Remember the examples. Always remember the examples. It will help a lot. Adaptations, a farmers adapting climate resilient agriculture. So government adapting renewables energy. So economy. Government goal attainment, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. Law and judiciary integrations. Law and judiciaries integrations, constitutions, resolving conflict, the power between the CMs and the governor. Latency, transferring values and norms from one generation to another generation, that is latency. That is provided by families and education. So this is the examples in a chart format. Just remember it. Okay. So let's actually nowadays the theory is coming with the application part. So let's try to understand how with one example how this agile have work or will work in the current society. So agile during COVID-19, what happened? The pandemic clearly demonstrated Parsons theory. Right? And how adaptations, business shifted to remote work. Once just imagine us visualize those scenes during the COVID-19. There is a strict restrictions of touch. If you can remember. So, and all offices, markets were closed. So the economy gets shifted to the digital and to the remote work. So the economy do change, to adapt. Goal attainment, government implemented vaccination campaign. The goal of the government is to make the peoples of the countries to be healthy, to be alive, to make them safe, secure from this disease, and make it to come back to the normal one. So they implemented vaccination campaign, integrations. So who integrate these? Healthcare workers, NGO, local administrations, coordinated relief efforts. As we are seeing the example of constitutions, they are making the integrations, and here health workers and NGO working as an integrations. Latency, families and educations, institution adapt to online learnings while preserving social support. Although they are, when they come back or doing the work at online at home, the families and educations, it's just, it is, I will say families who are doing the role of social support. So what is the strength of Agile, of Talcott Parsons as a theory? It explains institutional interdependence, as you have understand, useful for analyzing governance and public administrations. That can be useful, applicable to organizations, corporations, and education institutions. Think how it can be applied. Helps understand stability in complex societies. So modern applications useful for analyzing disaster management, again, as we have done COVID-19 example, climate governance, digital transformations, how digital transformations things the agile, who what is adaptation, what adaptation is going, see digital platforms. What adaptations is going in digital transformation as a digital India. Paper 2, digital 1. G, what is the goal? I, who is integrating? Else, what is and what and how the latency and is transmitting. And in latency, to remember it is always will be the family and educations, or sometimes or in some cases relations. So for these theories there is criticism, so this here it is also criticism. So as I talked, Karl Marx have strongly contradicted this theory. Karl Marx says society is based on conflict, not consensus. That is his class conflict theory. Ralph Dahendorf, he says conflict is permanent, not exceptional. C. Wright Mills, he says Parsons' theory is highly abstract and difficult to test empirically. Feminist critic says fails to adequately explain patriarchy and gender's inequality. Feminists always have attack on patriarchy. Contemporary critic says rapid technological changes, identity politics, and globalizations often produce instability rather than equilibrium. So this is the criticism part. Just try to understand and remember. So thinkers' comparisons against Parsons and Karl Marx. Marx is all about conflict, Parsons consensus. Marx changes in the society, that is so the mode of productions. He focus on the stability in the society, that is the AGIL. Class exploitation is happening in class conflict. Who has and has not, and functional institutions, family, religions, constitutions, they all are making the functions. Cooperations is going on because it is all about social stability. And he says no power struggle is going on. Who will have the power and who will have not the power, and it will go on. So I have make this is some framework of answer writing. After covering this theory, let's have how can be general framework of this theory. See, when there is some questions from agile, first define agile. What is agile? As we say, functional prerequisite of the social system. In the body, don't just you have to ask, check the question what is asked in the body and what is the keyword. As for them, make the body and the subheading. So, but if it is related to the agile, you have to obviously explain agiles with one examples, and some diagram will be there, criticism will be always there, and I have to complete it, finish it with some positive note. So this is the general framework, not a specific one. As per the questions, the answer framework will change. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and to comment PDF, I will definitely attach all lectures PDFs in my Telegram channel one. And let me know which thinkers theories makes you more difficult, to makes you more worry, or which thinkers are you liking most, so that I can cover it well. And so do like, share, and subscribe. We have sociology optionals and have interest in understanding society. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching and have a good day.